Good evening and welcome to a finals edition of AGT Cast. Tonight we have the finals results of last night's performances. I am Cody Patterson. With me is the official Mac the Knife, Cody Mims. How are you doing tonight?
Hello. Good. I'm excited.
I'm really excited too. We are finally here. We are finally at the finals of AGT. Did you ever think we'd get here?
I was worried that it would come so soon, but it's been a long journey, I have to say.
It has been a long journey. We've seen lots of acts come and go. We've seen some beloved acts disappear. We saw some that didn't even make it out of auditions, but we are at our final 10. We saw the final 10 perform last night. We're going to go through those this evening, in addition to watching the results show live right here on this Google Hangout. I can't believe we're doing this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Yeah. So what we're going to do real quick before the show gets started, we have about 7 minutes to air. We're going to go through a few of the acts, and then as the show is going on, between or during commercial breaks or while while they're performing some things, we may go through a few more acts. We're going to try to get everything covered tonight during the show. And then as results are announced, you're going to get our reactions right here on the show. So you ready to get into this?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so at the beginning we had Pitbull. Were you real excited to see Pitbull? I know I wasn't excited to see Pitbull at all.
No, me neither. He's
Yeah.
not my favorite, let's say.
No, he's not my favorite either. I think he was joined by Max Money. Is that right? Is that what that guy's name was?
Um, Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, but I was not pleased to see this at all. I was real excited when we got Sal Valentinetti right off the bat. During his opening package, it was just like it was back at the beginning with his entire family. They're sitting around having dinner. His cousin was chowing down on a steak, had the napkin up, wrapped around him like a bib, and then he got into singing Mac the Knife. What'd you think of this?
I thought it was interesting. In the package, he was pulling out a sob story for the win. Um, as for the performance, I mean, he had some pretty big finishing notes, as you should, but I don't know if it's enough to net him the win. Um, what do you think of it?
I really enjoyed this. I'm very familiar with Mac the Knife. I've heard this song a lot. A lot of jazz singers have sang this song over the years, famously by, of course, Frank Sinatra, Bobby Darin. It's not one of my favorite songs. It's been done a lot. I think there are a lot of other songs that are much better than this, but I think he did a really good job on Mac the Knife. He had a big band behind him, not an actual, band that was big, but a big band that's a jazz band. Um, no, I really enjoyed this. I thought it was a lot of fun. He played to the camera. It's like he was looking at us back here at home watching on TV. He called out the judges' names during the song. I think he kind of made it his own. I think he did a real good job on it.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, who else could pull off like changing the lyrics like that and putting people's names in there? Who else but Sal? Um, so he did what he does. He did it pretty well, but I guess I feel the same about him as last week. He is sort of just a singer to me now. So
No, I had a lot of fun with this. I didn't know that he was only 21. I would have thought 31. He's just got a lot of
yeah, me
stage
too.
presence to him. It sounds like he's got a lot of real world experience, a lot of street knowledge. Um, Simon, of course, throwing out a lot of compliments to him now that his main singers have been eliminated. So that was interesting to see. But I had a lot of fun. I did. Let me look at my list here. I kind of made two lists as I went through it. I made a list of how I think that the final results will go, and then I had how I want them to go, and I had him winning it. In the way that I want it to go. I don't think that he's going to win it. I think he might end up in the top five, but I don't think that. that he has got what it takes. The other acts ultimately, there were some other acts that I think were a little bit better. So that's pretty much it. I just don't think that he's gonna win the show.
Okay. I did not vote for him. In my predictions list, I have him uh, getting second place. So
Okay, that's pretty good.
that's what I see for Sal.
Okay, I can kind of guess who you have winning it, so we'll get to that person here in a little bit.
Right.
The next person that we saw was Sophie Dawsey. We found out in her package that her audition was on March 30th, and she went to judges' cuts on April 26th. Thought it was kind of fun to kind of see a little behind the scenes of when they did their performances before they actually went to the live shows. It's very happy and uplifting package. I really enjoyed that. What do you think of Sophie?
Um, I thought she I liked it. There wasn't much contortion in her hoop, um, but she had another pretty good song choice, and I don't know. I didn't like it as much as last week, I guess, but it was pretty good. She did it about how I would expect.
Yeah, I like this. I thought it was a good song choice. I agreed with you. She did some backflips, which kept getting faster and faster and faster, which is really enjoying. Um, she pulled out the hoop again, but she did something different. She didn't actually go into the hoop right off the bat. She started off on the cable, and then she went into the hoop later on, and she just went round and round and round on that hoop as fast as she could. It almost made me dizzy. I think Heidi mentioned that she was getting dizzy. I was really getting dizzy just watching her.
Yeah, it was very fast, which is good, I guess.
Well, we're just a couple minutes away from the show starting. On my side, Jeopardy just went off, so we should be getting the show here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
The next act we saw was Lincoln Bridge. Now their package was a little more uplifting than before. They were out at the ocean. They were excited to see the ocean. They talked about what kind of the impact has had. The show is what impact the show has had on them. So that was real fun to see. What'd you think of Lincoln? Oh, sorry, they sang "See You Again" by Wiz Khalifa. How'd you like Lincoln Bridge?
Yeah, I thought this was another bad song choice. I thought they sounded pretty off, pretty bad. I was really surprised they got a standing ovation. It was kind of surprising. When we watched it again, I couldn't keep from laughing.
Laughing. Wow,
Yeah.
some strong words there. I thought they did a pretty good job. I was okay with the song choice. I thought they looked even sharper. I thought the clothes and the outfits they had on looked much better than they did last year, except for these lapel clips that they were wearing. I wasn't a big fan of those. Um, I like that they stepped away from the mics. They got to kind of the high point of the song. They stepped away from the mics. They held the mics. And I felt that they really took the song at that point. Oh, and the show was coming on, so we'll be getting to that here in just a few minutes.
Okay.
Let's talk about Laura Breton for a moment, unless you have something else you want to talk about on Lincoln Bridge.
Sorry, I'm muting myself there. They're
Oh,
playing
okay.
Jane Brown song right now. I don't know why.
They're playing a
Uh,
Jana Brown song.
yeah. Anyway, yeah, let's talk about Laura, sure.
We're gonna talk about Laura for a moment while they're doing these opening packages.
Okay.
Um, her package wasn't fun at all. I mean, it was just kind of bland. It was in a church, which I know she's very religious. She sings a lot of religious songs, so it was nice that it was in a church, but it just really wasn't anything special to me. She sang the song "O mio babino caro," which is a very well-known aria. It's been sung many times in TV shows and movies. How would you think Laura did?
I like the stage. I thought she had a beautiful, dreamy presentation. Um, so that was cool. I felt like she'd already done this song. I don't know if it's just such a common, mediocre opera song or what, but I thought it was okay. Interesting wardrobe, Nick.
Now, you said last week that opera is just opera to you, that
Yeah,
there's really not much difference. So it's probably that all these songs kind of sound the same to you.
yeah, probably so.
Wow, that is a nice outfit that she's got on there with the turban.
Yeah.
I wonder what that's about. Now, I might be a few seconds behind you because it sounded like you mentioned the outfit a moment ago. So
Yeah.
I might be a few seconds behind you on this.
Okay.
Anything else on Laura? Did you anything kind of
I
stick
like.
out to you?
I think it's really cool if the singers get live backing performances in the finals.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed that. They've had backup singers, they've had orchestras, and um, you know different musicians backing them up. Yeah, I agree. And I think that's nothing new. I think they've had that before. I just I really enjoy that. I think it adds something new and exciting to their performances.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next act we had was the Clairvoyants. Again, they had another awesome package. Um, I thought it was a little over the top. I mean, it's still great seeing their package, but I thought it was a little over the top. They did some interesting tricks that kind of brought in their previous uh, performances and tricks into this one. What did you think of the Clairvoyants?
Um, I liked when they said that it started 4 months ago. I thought that was really exciting, but then I feel like they didn't really deliver on that promise. But it was pretty good. I tossed them some votes. It was okay. I wish they used something besides a credit card. I think their performance last week was better.
Yeah, Simon's going to have to get a new credit card now.
Yeah.
It's one thing I wrote down here. The Clairvoyance is my favorite act of the whole show. I have them winning the whole thing, or I want them to win the whole thing. I don't think they will. But last night, I was completely let down by their performance.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't enjoy it at all. Um, starting off with the credit card trick, and then they'll lock it with um, what was it? What was the word she used? Oh, one a bean.
Mhm. Yeah,
Uh,
that was the coolest part.
you think that was the coolest part?
I don't know if it was actually engraved in there or if it was just printed on somehow. Um, she might have gotten it from backstage. Someone might have been doing it back there. I don't know. I think that was sort of the coolest part, though.
Yeah, I felt let down about the whole thing. I mentioned before that I'm skeptical about audience participation on magic tricks, even though they did have Heidi throw the object into the audience to pick the person. I felt that whole thing was just it felt staged. The guy named Victor, of course, he's going to have a wallet in his pocket. Of course, Tommy is the one that pulls out the driver's license and not Victor. So she's going to know that Tommy pulled out a driver's license. It just it didn't feel I didn't feel good about the act at all.
Yeah, that was the weakest part of it for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely the weakest part, and it didn't get much better from there. I'm really really disappointed in the Clairvoyants. I have them finishing close to the bottom. They will not get in the top five after that performance. And I'm
Really?
yeah, I just don't think they'll get in the top five, and it's such a shame. They've had such a good run over the last couple of months. So we'll see, but I don't anticipate them. I don't. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get very far.
Okay.
I mentioned last night that if they're the first one announced, I'm just going to turn the whole thing off. After watching that, I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the first ones announced.
Okay.
Such a shame.
Yeah.
Then we get into Brian Justin Crumb. His opening package was videos from fans giving him encouragement and telling their stories, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, that was interesting. Like, what crazy scenario has him holed up in this room watching vertical videos projected on the wall?
Yeah, no kidding about. Hey, thanks for lifting me up, and I was in a bad place, and your music really helps me. I thought it was weird, but it was still kind of cool. He
Yeah.
then he then sang Michael Jackson's "Man in the Mirror." What'd you think of that?
Um, this is the first week that I've seen Brian since hearing people talk about how he's only good in the high range, and I kind of see what they mean.
So so what are you saying? Did you not? What are you saying then? I'm sorry. Just
He
elaborate
has
on that.
powerful high notes, but I don't know. The start of the song, it just never had a chance to pull me in. I guess he just does a big showy stuff, and I don't know that I feel like he has the whole range.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Um, I thought it was an interesting arrangement because this song is more familiar with being a very poppy song and a very dancing type song.
Yeah.
And for him to sing it the way that he did with all these long notes and high notes, just seemed like a very interesting rendition. Mel B did say that it was a risk to do that song. I'm not sure if it was a risk. Um, and I was kind of with Simon on this, that he didn't like it at the beginning. He didn't think it was a good song choice at the beginning, but then thought it was the right choice as he went into it. When it got kind of halfway through and closer to the end, then he decided it was the right choice. Um, I think he could have done another song and probably done a much better job. I was okay with it. I still think he's going to finish close to the top. I just think he has a real good following. Um,
Yeah, I
did you
agree.
get
Well, maybe
did you
Simon
get many
feels this.
votes?
I no, I didn't.
Okay, sorry. Go on and say what you're saying.
Well, maybe Simon feels the same way that he's only good in the high register, but he just doesn't know it.
Yeah. Um, then we had Tape Face. And in his opening package, I guess that was his agent that maybe he was talking to.
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody on the other end, I'm guessing it was his agent, was telling him he needed to bring his A game. Do you feel that he hasn't been bringing his A game?
Um, I guess I don't know. This was sort of a I don't know if I would call it like a wake up call or what, but I feel like I sort of realized, this sort of thing is just what he does, and it happens to not really be well suited for AGT, I think. But I don't know. I guess I expected more. Um, I felt like I was sort of missing something.
Yeah, I agree. He was literally digging into his chest of stuff to find his next act. I did like that he started off with the William Tell Overture. I thought that was a little fun. But then he pulls out two horses on sticks, and I was just totally confused. I felt very underwhelmed. I did not enjoy this at all.
Yeah. Um, people were excited and hoping that he would do this exact act that he did, and so I guess people didn't really feel like he under delivered, but that was that was interesting. That I don't know. This is just what he does, and I think he has a pretty good shot at second place, but I don't know what to make of it.
So you think he has his list of tricks. He does what he does. He doesn't really um, bring anything new, or if he's trying out for something like this, you don't think he tries anything new. He just does his act, and if people like it, they like it, and if they don't, they don't.
Um, yeah, pretty much. I mean, I admire that.
Okay. I was curious what that symbol he does with his fingers.
The snapping along with the song.
No, 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 no. Like at the end, he's done it a couple of times when,
Oh yeah.
like after he performs, he kind of puts his fingers between his two fingers, and
I guess it's a silent ones thing. I don't know. It looks like a K.
okay, I could not figure out what that was. He's done it before. I just didn't know if it meant something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
I thought maybe you'd seen it. Well, you say you haven't really been watching his YouTube videos, just so that you don't get spoiled.
Yeah, I guess I can now.
You can now. That's right. Uh, anything else about your boy Tape Face?
Um, no,
Did you
sadly I
like
did
that
not
they
vote for
did you like that he picked Mel B, or should he have picked one of the others?
it. I think she was a good choice.
Okay. The next one we had was Victor Key. We got to see him without his makeup on and how he goes through the transformation. And I kind of compared this a little to Prince Poppycock. Do you remember Prince Poppycock? Yeah,
Hmm.
that was a lot of fun to kind of see him kind of go through his makeup transformation. Um, we found out his students in Ukraine are watching AGT. I'm sure they're catching it on Hulu or the NBC website. Um,
Yeah.
the the set he had this week was kind of a volcano set, which I thought was a little interesting. And then he also started off blindfolded. Did you like that?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Blindfolded juggling is pretty amazing.
Yeah, I was really excited when I saw him put the blindfold on that he was going to do blindfolded juggling, but he didn't do it for very long. I think after a minute or so, or not even a minute, a few seconds, he took the blindfold off and continued on with his normal routine. I wish he'd
So he
left it on.
wasn't
I wish he'd
satisfying.
left it on. I wish he'd left it on the entire performance.
Okay.
I think that would have made it much better. It also would have. Um, I would have given him a pass if he left the blindfold on and still dropped the ball, even though he still dropped the ball.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I thought it was really good. I thought he had so much control, and it's really a shame that he always messes up the easy stuff. But it still impressed me. I gave him 5 votes. I had to sort of limit it because of the drop, but yeah, that was actually the most I gave anyone. Him and Tapeface were the only people that I voted for last night. So honestly, I hope Victor wins the show.
Oh wow, good for Victor. I've also found it interesting that Mel B pointed out that he dropped a ball, but Simon completely dismissed it.
Yeah.
He also lit some balls on fire. So if we'd had fireballs and a blindfold, I would have said he should win this, but he didn't do them at the same time.
Okay. You have high standards for Victor.
I do have high standards for Victor.
I mean, that's fair.
Uh,
That's the
yeah. So what are we getting into now? Are we getting ready for some
So what went
what's
down
going
in
on the
the
show? So we went to the Duncan Lounge. Okay, we don't need to know about the Duncan Lounge right now. Our next act is John Dorenboss. He talks about how he prepares for a game compared to how he prepares for AGT. I love that the Eagles kind of let him or let NBC into or behind the scenes. I guess they kind of have a relationship together because the NBC and the NFL do have that relationship. So I thought it was kind of cool that they let him into the locker room. Um,
hmm
and they did just some simple card tricks. What'd you think of how John did?
Um, I don't know if I dislike this one or Lincoln Bridge more, but he was kind of just flexing his motivational speaking skills. We've talked before. He does do motivational speaking in the off season. Um, and I'm just so worried that his speaking style is going to win him the competition, but I'm not really anymore because everyone on Reddit was like, he did bad, and they're like, well, he did bad on purpose. He's throwing. I don't really think he's throwing. I think he's sort of just falling apart like I expected him to, but who knows? Uh, I was really surprised that was it. I think Matt Franco's audition was that, but a million times better. I don't think you've seen Matt Franco's season, but yeah. Oh, we have a performance going on right here.
We have performance going on. Let's see what's going on here.
Okay, this is South.
So Sal's singing with some Tony Award winning act.
Yeah, this is the cast of Jersey Boys.
Oh, Cast of Jersey Boys. Okay. I can't imagine Sal doing show tunes, but
Yeah, I don't think he sounds that good.
Maybe this is since he's from New York. He kind of want to do something with some Broadway people.
Yeah, I really like this song.
Yeah, this is a fun song.
I'm not a fan of this rendition so far.
And Sal's looking sharp though with that red handkerchief in the pocket square, the gold watch. Whew, looking sharp. He definitely sticks out on the stage with the other four guys.
Yeah.
Wonder if Nick had something going on with his hair because he was in cornrows last night. Wonder if he had to do something in order to put the turban on. That's a really weird look for a
Maybe.
finale show.
Hmm. Oh, good. They're doing some interviews this time.
Mel B always has such a different hairstyle each time we see her.
Hmm.
She must have a hairdresser on full time staff. Okay, so we're now on a commercial break. You want to talk a little bit more about John?
I think I've said all I have to say about him. What do you think of him?
Okay. I kind of enjoyed the trick. I thought it was fun. I did not think it was a finals trick, but I thought it was still a fun trick. I think the focus of his act was the motivational monologue. And you're right. People on Reddit were just saying um, that he just gave up, or he didn't give up, that he was throwing it, losing on purpose. I'm not sure that's the case. Um, I know he's real excited to be there, and he does want to win it. People mentioned he doesn't need the money. That may be the case, but who doesn't want an extra $1 million?
Yeah,
Um,
he's an NFL football player. He's been. I'm sure he goes for the win.
he does go for the win. That's right. That's why you play the game, as a famous coach would say. You play to win the game. So if you're not going to do it, if you don't want to win, don't play the game. Um, but yeah, we've talked about his motivational speaking. I think if he doesn't win this, even if he does win this, his motivational speaking he'll have a nice career doing small magic tricks, motivationally speaking. Um, I think he'll be just fine. Um, Heidi did call him a famous football player. I don't think anybody knew who he was outside of diehard Eagles fans before this show.
That's probably true.
I'd never heard of him, so I'm not sure if he's famous. Um, I don't think he's going to win it. I think I had him down close to the. Actually, I had him finishing fourth overall. Um, just because his magic it's so smooth. Just what he does, it's just so smooth. There's no gaps. Um, he just goes from one thing to another like it's nothing, like it's butter. Um, so I didn't hate it, but I don't. I think he's done better this season in order to win. If he's really trying to win it, I think he's done better acts.
Okay.
Okay. So then we get to the last one of the night, and it is Amazing Grace Vanderwall. And I was curious, why did it take so long for a judge to say Amazing Grace?
Yeah, I'm sure Howie was sitting on that one for a while.
Yeah. Her opening package was similar to Brian Justin Crumb's, and we saw YouTube videos of her fans singing her audition song. What do
Yeah.
you think of that?
I appreciate how they didn't fake out on the YouTube page. It was actually, it seemed like there was actual image capture of the internet, which is so rare these days. Um, I thought her song was better than the last 2 weeks. And it was interesting. They had the grand stage and the fog and the lights in the audience. I mean, if that's not NBC pimping an act, I don't know what is. So it's not my style, not for me. Just too indie for me. But here's the thing about Grace. If Grace wins, it will be with an original song, which would be an
Yeah,
amazing precedent to set. So that would
yeah.
make me really happy if she does win.
Well, let's pause from Grace and see what's going on with John Dornboss, Brian Justin Crumb, Victor Key, and
Okay.
Lincoln Bridge,
Are they
and
all
Tape
just a
Face.
part of Tape Faces act now?
So we have John Dornboss and Brian Justin Crumb and Tape Face and Victor Key and one of the singers from Lincoln Bridge all up on the stage. Looks like it is Tape Face's act. They're kind of just swaying back and forth to Lean on Me.
It's cool to put him. Oh, they're making a human table.
Well, John Dornboss could do that all by himself.
Yeah.
So have you seen this before?
Just the yeah the way they sit like that.
Okay.
The, now he's gonna pull the chairs out. That's pretty cool. I like that they have not been prepped for this.
Yeah, I think that's what is kind of interesting with his act is he's the only one that really knows what's going on. Everyone
Yeah.
else is everyone else is kind of like, what in the world is happening?
Yeah. This isn't really like an original comedy act, so it's good that he's doing it not as part of the competition, but it's fun to see this now.
That's amazing they can stay upright like that. Now again, I'm a few seconds behind you. He's just now taking he's getting ready to take the fourth chair out.
Okay.
That is amazing that they can stay like that though.
Yeah.
I know it's just physics, but it's still really cool. Now again, John Dornbos could probably hold them up by himself. I don't know why they gave Tape Face a microphone. Now he's going to do a selfie.
Yeah.
How long before that's on his Twitter?
That's fun.
Yeah, he's waiting to put the last chair in. That was pretty funny. That was actually better than his last night's performance.
Yeah, I think so too.
That would have been great if he'd brought all the judges up on stage to do that last night.
Hmm. I mean, it's not very original, I guess. It's just a thing to do. And he just does it slickly with the music, but I don't know.
So why was everyone so excited that he was going to do that performance last night. It's just they just really like it.
What?
You said that, or Reddit said that people on Reddit were anticipating him doing that performance.
Yeah.
Is that just one of his most famous performances, or
Yeah, I guess so.
okay? Okay, so it looks like we're doing a movie trailer right now. We can talk about Grace for a minute.
Okay.
So I think you were talking about that if she wins this, she's gonna win it because she's doing original songs.
Yeah. I'm really happy for that.
Yeah, I guess I haven't bought into the entire Grace hype. I'm not a Grace hater.
Hmm.
I just haven't really fully bought into the hype of Grace Vanderwall yet. I did. I thought the song started out when she started out. I thought she was very nervous, but it did get better. It seemed like she picked it up. It got better, um, but I just didn't think it started out very well. She did. Her cellist came back. The percussionist came back, and then she added in a piano player, which I thought was much better. Just again adding more instruments to her performance, I think will make her uh, make what she's doing a little bit better.
Yeah. I mean, it was a pretty nice way to close out the performances this year.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was pretty good. I do find it interesting that she pretty much always goes last.
Hmm.
Um, she did have her signature white microphone. I'm not gonna say it was signature. I noticed that she had her white microphone again. Um, but and also, do you think ukulele sales have gone up at all in the last couple months?
Perhaps.
You think there's a run on ukuleles now?
Probably.
Have you gone out and bought a ukulele? But yeah, that was a good way to kind of end the show. Um, do you have anything else to kind of say about our acts? We can kind of talk about them more the as they're eliminated throughout the night. But do you have anything else you want to say about them now?
Um, it was kind of disappointing, I guess. Overall, I didn't think they were really all that good, and I would have preferred a different finals lineup. Um, we can do predictions if you want.
Yeah, we can do some predictions. You go ahead.
Okay, so you had sent me this list before of your list, and I made one
Yeah,
up. So
I had two lists. I have one how think America will vote, and then I have one how I would personally do it if I had to rank them.
yeah. Um, so the top of both of our lists was Grace VanderWaal. I think it's very likely that she will win.
Yeah, I think it was Howie that said she has to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
This is Golden
it's
Buzzer.
it's Golden Buzzer. Yeah, I mean
And I
it's
don't actually
pretty.
know if any judge's Golden Buzzer has won before, but that's something.
Yep.
So next on my list was Sal Valentinetti. I think people really like him. He's very charming. There's nothing really wrong with his performance last night, so I think he could slide into second place. Um, I think third place will be Tape Face. That's based just on the raw data because he was not far behind Grace on YouTube views last night, and they were way above everybody else. And then Brian Justin Crumb, I think, will get
Wait.
fourth. He's a
Oh,
solid singer.
I,
People like
I
him.
want to go. I want to go back for a moment. I want to say I hope Sal does better than I have him predicting. I hope he finishes at least second because I have him fifth. I have him in the top five, but I would like to have him higher. I just didn't think people would vote for that. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope they do, or hope they did. Um, and and he gets to finish that high. On Tape Face, I had him all the way down at eighth, and that may be just because people may just not get the act. It seemed really weird. It didn't seem very smooth. Um, Again, I hope I'm wrong because I know he's your boy. I know you want him to do well. Um, so we'll see. What'd you have next on the list?
Uh, fourth was Brian Justin Crone, who was the
Okay.
performance right now.
Okay. Yeah. So what's he gonna sing tonight?
This is Creep?
You singing "Creep" again?
I think so.
It's interesting that he's pulling this out again.
Yeah.
So are they not doing performances with like their favorites or mentors or anything like that?
I don't know. It's always weird how uh, this works. I hope they do, but I don't know. They might just do a few more performances before 9 and then do all the results.
The laser effects are really cool.
He sounds good.
It does sound good. It's a possible winner right there.
I feel like this is very different than his audition. I don't know. Looks very emotional. I think this was better than his actual performance too.
Yeah. I mean, everything that he's kind of been through, the whole atmosphere is more emotional now than it was. I guess he's saying
Yeah.
this at judges' cuts. Are we going to see Nick with Dorothy again?
No, I'm sure.
I haven't noticed he's been wearing those sparkly shoes all season.
Oh yeah, that's his signature thing now.
Oh, there's that guy that pulled the car.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Do you remember the hula hoop lady that was on before?
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to talk about Dorothy. I think Nick makes the show.
Yeah, he's
I
very
was trying to
good.
remember who was on it before. Oh, I guess Regis was I think the host at the beginning, and
Hmm.
then um, was it Jerry Springer that was the host before Nick?
I think so.
I think Nick is what
It
really
might have been
really makes the
after.
show.
Yeah, I used to not like him, but I do now. He's really good.
Okay, so where were we in our rankings? Were we at the number 4 spot or the number 5 spot?
Um, yeah, I had Brian Justin Carlos my number 4, and I
Okay,
don't think you said what you thought about how he's gonna rank.
I had him at number 2. I think that people really really like him, and they really wanted to see him do well. I think it's going to come down with America's vote close between him and Grace.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
So fifth I had the Clairvoyants. Um, I think their performance is fifth place worthy. I don't know.
Compared to the others, again, we talked about it earlier. I was really disappointed in the Clairvoyants. I only had one person below them, so I had them at 9. I felt really bad about putting them that low. They're my favorite. I've mentioned it multiple times. I had such high hopes for them going into this, and I think I may be knee jerking here, but I feel that they really let me down. So I put them down at 9.
Yeah. Okay. That's an interesting placement. You could be right. I don't know. The Clairvoyants are hard to call because they've been so great all season.
I know, and we've
Um,
talked about people comparing their most recent performance to their body of work, um, of how they're going to vote. If I was going off complete body of work, I would have them much higher. But for this, I was so emotional about this performance that I'm putting them in this position just based off their finals performance.
okay. Yeah, their last performance I think would have been a great finals performance, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
guess we saw that they have.
Who'd you have next?
Um, Motivation is power in the chat says I think Grace is going to win, and we agree.
We do agree. Yeah, it's a good call.
Uh, that's like the one that we agree on in these placements.
It's almost a
Um,
given. I mean, it's almost her show to lose.
yeah. Um, so next I had Sophie Dossi in sixth place. I think the margin of where she's going to end up is it's not very low, but I think it is reasonably certain that she's not going to win.
I had her as high as 3rd, and this, I think people are really going to enjoy what they saw. I thought it was different than what they'd seen before. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what else to say. It's just she's still a kid. I think people like the kids. They really like the contortionist. So I have her at number 3.
Okay, cool. Next I had Laura Breton. Um, she's a good singer. I feel like people might like her, but I'm not sure that she can beat everybody else.
So do you have her at? Oh, this is number 7. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had her dead last at number 10. I just think there were other performances, even as bad as the Clairvoyants did, and as much as John Dorenbos kind of called it in, and through the competition. I just don't think that her performance was as good as all of the others. So I had her at the very, very bottom.
Okay. If she's not top five, I don't think we're gonna find out, but I would be pretty surprised if she was last.
So how are they going to do this? They're just going to say these are the top 5 and call them, and the
Yeah, I
others will
think
just walk off the stage.
it's sort of like the old format where they have the two acts up and then They say which one is in the top five.
Okay. So they're not going to say finishing at 10 is Laura Breton.
Yeah.
Okay. So what
But
are
I
we
think
coming
that
up to now? Oh,
I
sorry.
feel like that information is eventually released, but I'm not really sure.
Okay. Okay, this might be pretty good.
Yeah, this is a cool matchup.
They did say this was Il Divo, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, these guys are good, and it's great that she's getting to sing her opera with them. Well, my wish didn't come true. They didn't bring back Jackie.
Oh yeah. Did you see the season with Forte in it?
It doesn't ring a bell to me.
Okay. They were a an opera trio who was. These guys sort of remind me of them because they're also an opera trio.
I have to look them up. You said it's Forte.
Yeah, I
Probably would
think they're
recognize
opera. Pretty sure.
them. I might recognize them once I look them up.
Yeah, Laura's holding her own in this one.
Season 8 of America's Got Talent. So yeah, we won't see them because we're not doing that
Okay.
rewatch.
I feel like it's almost beneficial to Laura to put her up against such strong singers right now, just to show that she's on their level. And here comes Sophie.
Yep. There's been a lot of controversy with her with um, other opera singers saying that she shouldn't be doing some of these songs and hitting some of these notes at this age. They don't
Yeah,
feel that her vocal cords are mature enough to be hitting
we didn't see much
those notes yet.
that in that performance. Wait, so that's the controversy with Laura? The controversy I've seen is that she's already won Romania's Got Talent, so people feel like she shouldn't be in the running now.
Well, there's that too, but this is more of just um, older opera singers that saying she shouldn't be doing that at her age, that she needs to be waiting a few more years to let her vocal cords mature before she hits those notes. That she could do more damage to them by doing all those songs at this age.
That's really good advice. I believe it.
Yeah. So are they going to do a montage of Mel B throwing water on Simon?
I guess. I don't. I think they realize that's one of the low points of the show this season.
They must have done that during commercial breaks because I don't remember seeing any of that stuff. Oh, deleted scene. Yeah. This is real bad trying to watch Howie dance. And what's with Mel B in the 1980s aerobics outfits?
I don't know.
We're doing some jazzercise.
Well, the thing about Howie is, and he doesn't talk about this a lot, but Howie started his career as a dancer. He was in the Russian ballet. He was known as Mandela. No, Mandela, that's right. And I think there was an accident. His career was over.
It's so silly.
Howie could have been one of the greats. I mean, truly.
Boy, they are just really trying to fill time, aren't they?
Howie taught Paula.
Yeah.
He is a genius. A lot of people not know this, but Howie and I met at Studio 54.
I remember that Paul Abdul songs, all those Paul Abdul songs.
It was perfect when this little came up. He is a genius in movement. And he actually choreographed the two-step back.
But when I was a kid, Paul Abdul was the thing to watch.
This reminds me of like a Google April Fool's joke.
With the graphics.
Yeah. They're committing so hard.
This is something I don't mention. New Edition. I was the New Edition. It's supposed to be a group effort, but what happens is focus all went to Howie. Bobby Brown told me I was cut, and I said,
Yeah, Bobby Brown. Wonder if they're going to bring in some Backstreet Boys and.
Mm-hmm.
Losing my pants. Plus, Heidi and Mel. You don't think black is patience?
It is what it is.
What is it?
Not a whole lot.
They give up so fast and walk away, like seconds before the magic happens.
Oh my god.
Wow. Boy, he picked up some moves, didn't he?
That's convincing.
I know, and that's all that matters. I know what I have in with it. I don't know. That was good. Yeah, I got the music. Can we get the move now? Yeah.
Now he looks like he's just for finale.
We're getting closer to the first result, America. And heads up. Right.
Oh, we're almost to the first result.
Return of TV's #1 new drama, Blind Spot. Here's a special sneak peek. Her mystery captivated America.
Someone did this to me.
And next, TV's #1 new drama returns.
The people who captured my body. You want to find them? For life.
Just had letters, random numbers, some treasure map.
The first clue unlocks the second. This organization is planning its biggest attack yet. Every one of these tattoos expose corruption and save lives. I can be sure I'm on the right side of this. These people at KSA, they need to be stopped.
Okay, so where were we in our rankings? Number 7. Were we talking about Laura Breton?
Yes. So my next one, my number 8 is Lincoln Bridge. I don't know. I thought they were terrible, but that's just me, I guess. Where do you think they're gonna end up?
I had them right above you. I had them at number 7. I thought again it was just right in the middle. Um, I was okay with it. Um, it's I think you're one direction where you thought everything was pretty bad, and I was the other where I thought everything was above average. So I
Yeah.
think they were kind of right there in the middle of being pretty good. Um, I don't know. It wasn't anything special, but I think we're kind of getting down to the bottom now. So it it doesn't really matter at this point, I guess. So
Okay.
who'd you have at number 9?
Um, Victor Key. I don't know if
Um,
everyone is excited about him as I am.
yeah, I wasn't excited about him going into this performance. I thought adding fire and a blindfold, bumped him up a few spots. I still had him at number 6. I don't think he'll make it in the top 5. Um, but if he did not do blindfolds and fire, I would probably have him right at number 9 with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hope to see better things for him, but I don't know. Then last I had John Dornbos. Everyone agrees this was bad, even his biggest fans.
Well, I must be the exception to every rule. I had him at number 4. So
Okay.
uh, I think the NFL will kind of help him out in some of this. Uh, the NFL factor, I think that'll kind of give him a boost.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't think it was a finals performance. But if he wasn't a football player, he'd probably be a lot lower. I think being an Eagles player and involved in the NFL probably gave him some boost. But I could be completely wrong on that, and he could probably finish dead last, just like where you have him. So
Yeah.
it's pretty
I
good.
mean,
It's pretty good. Yeah.
having a football player tell you how to live your life. Just get some people going.
Yeah, a lot of people, or several people, are wondering how much longer he's going to play. I don't think he's going to play much longer. This could be his last season. I mean, 13 or 14 seasons in the NFL is a really long time. Even being a deep snapper, he only is in the game probably 8 or 9 times throughout the whole game. So he's not getting a ton of hits. He probably could play longer. I think he may only have one more year left on his contract. Um, So he's probably ready to look to motivational speaking and just doing some magic.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no input on that, but that's cool.
Yeah. So what do we got going on now?
Montage, I think.
Okay. Oh, I love that song.
Oh my God! Remember this?
I'm waiting for it.
They advertised Simon. They did a freaking Hannibal parody because everyone thought he was gonna be so harsh and mean, and then
Oh,
it's like the softest judge there is.
yeah. Yeah, he pretty much gives everybody a pass.
Yeah.
Even with the passing zone pretty much calling him Satan.
They're showing a few acts who dropped out between auditions and judges' cuts for no reason.
Well, I hope we see 11 play again. I was really hoping they would move on.
Mm-hmm. How he hit that buzzer so hard is drink ship.
I guess he was really wanting to get them out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be a beating, though, for them just to sit there and watch bad act after bad act after bad act.
Yeah. I must hate the producers. There's so much cool stuff that's not in this finals.
Yeah. There's Hara. He should have moved on, too. Russian bar.
That moment when Hara popped off in front of the table and in front of the camera was so great.
Yep. Yeah, there was the guy that stood on the balance stuff.
Yeah, he did an act with the Nathan For You theme song.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you ever watched that show.
I'll say I'll see it when I start Nathan For You.
Okay.
It's on my list.
Yeah.
Oh, there's where he almost died with a flame through his neck. I mean, it's a shame some of these acts had to go home, like Deadly Games.
It's a bit like we're mining for talents. And you dig, and you dig, and you dig. And then every so often, you find a little diamond. You are a superstar. You're the best thing I've ever seen on this show.
You continuously take my breath away.
This is why we made this show. Wow, it has been a great ride. But for one act, it's going to end with $1 million. But right now, here's the top 10 act.
I was about ready for some results, Nick. Come on, let's get to some results.
Years old. Tonight, she's
Oh, it's
singing her
Grace.
own original song,
Going
which
last
has
again.
become a viral sensation.
With her, look at her microphone.
Vanderwall.
They should have brought out some fans to sing with her. They should have called up some of those YouTube video people and said, she's got little kitty ears on. Or is that a bow?
That looks like cat ear.
Yeah.
Okay, this voice she's doing is kind of weirding me out.
How long before that becomes a single? And you can buy it on iTunes.
I don't know. Might already be. That's nuts. She needs to work on her strategy.
She forgot to take her tuning thing off her ukulele.
This one I think is a downgrade from last night.
Well, this is now her signature song. It's what she sang during the auditions. She's got covers already on YouTube about it. So this is now considered her song.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to introduce a true hero and inspiration. Please welcome the one and only legendary Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks. Okay, Stevie Nicks. Okay.
I don't know who this is.
Stevie Nicks has been around a really long time. I think she was an original member of Fleetwood Mac. Let me double check that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she was a singer with Fleetwood Mac. She's kind of done her own solo stuff throughout the years.
Okay.
But yeah, she's real famous. She's been around a long time.
It's emotional slideshow time.
I can't say if she's done anything recent. Let's see. Well, she was on The Voice and advisor for Adam Levine's team, if that means anything.
Adam Levine.
She re-released one of her albums on vinyl in 2015. So is Grace playing with her, or did she leave?
Yeah, Grace is out.
Okay.
I feel like this isn't really the right setting for this performance.
Yeah, it's going a little long.
Thank you. And of course, Grace Vanderwall. Come on over here, ladies. Wow. So amazing. Now, Miss Mix, we know you are truly a legend. Do you have any words of inspiration or advice for this young superstar next to you?
Well, what I have to say is I've been watching the show since the very beginning because Fleetwood Mac came off the road in December. So I've watched the whole show. And I have to say, it reminds me a lot of me. And in a lot of ways, we seem very similar. And we like to be quirky and we like to be a little weird and different and not exactly like
Yeah,
everybody
I've been
else. But
Grace.
we like that. She's got that. And so whatever happens, Grace is going to the top.
She's got it indeed. Stevie will be going out on tour across the U.S. starting October 20th.
This girl's probably going to be a millionaire in an hour.
Catch the show. Ladies and gentlemen,
Grace.
one more time for Grace
Yeah.
Vanderwall and the
Yeah.
Queen.
I mean, paid out over so long.
I was about to say,
but
in 40 years she will be, yes. Or 20 years, or whatever it is.
does she count her assets in her portfolio? I don't know.
Okay, so we've gone over the how the results will be. Do you kind of have Any thoughts on what's getting ready to happen, or how things are going to go down, or any last second thoughts on any acts?
Team Victor.
Team Victor. You think Victor
Yeah.
Key's the next one to go, or the first one they're going to announce?
I don't know what they're gonna do first. Are they gonna start with the obvious? Are they gonna not? It's hard to say.
So tonight, are you immediately going to go start watching some Tape Face videos?
Uh, Perhaps. Could depend on the results and how I feel about it. I don't know. Let's see.
Are you going to go try to see any auditions in your area?
I hope so. Hope I can. If they're just producer options, maybe not.
Do you think Simon's going to travel city to city to go see some auditions?
Yeah. No. Maybe. It'd be cool. Um, let's see what is going on in this Discord. People seem pretty mad about Grace.
What are the Redditors saying?
Um, the show is over halfway done and we have 0 results,
Yeah,
as is customary.
I would like to have seen some results within like the first 15, 20 minutes. If they'd gone ahead and eliminated one and then did some performances, and then if they limited one every maybe 15 or 20 minutes, I'd have been okay with that. I don't want to wait till the second half of the show for this.
All right.
If any of our listeners out there have any questions that they want to ask or anything they want us to talk about, please let us know.
Let's see. How do I get out of full screen here?
Welcome back to America's Got Talent, the finale. Okay, way back in season 6, a totally unique act made it all the way to the finals and eventually finished as runners-up. Tonight, they're back in an exclusive performance with one of this year's top 10. Please welcome Silhouette and Lincoln Bridge.
Silhouette? Is that what he said?
Yeah, those are previous contestants.
Yeah, it seems like I remember them. I have to see.
Are you
Oh, it's
serious?
your song. Oh, they're singing 7 Years. I remember this group. I really like them from that year.
Yeah.
They do some amazing things with silhouettes. I can't remember where they finished, but I really enjoyed what they did. And I just hope they don't whip out a season 9 and season 10 winner, because that will totally blow our rewatch for the next 4 months
Oh.
or 6 months. Or the song kind of reminds me of, is it 100 Years? It kind of has the
Um,
same.
did you see the review?
Oh, I have not had a chance to see the review yet. No.
Yeah, he sort of compared it to that song, but um, 100 Years is a lot more. It acknowledges how mundane it all is. I guess I don't know. So yeah, they're kind of similar.
And that is still incredible what that group can do after 5 seasons.
Yeah.
For 5 years, they're still. They could have picked any other song but that one.
Yeah.
This could be their big break. And we got to wondering, our judges had to have their big breaks too. And when did it start out? Check this out.
Time and time again, I think of myself as I watch each person step out onto the stage. I ended up on stage on a drug. This is where I'm meant to be. I see that face in every person's eyes that walks onto the stage of America's Got Talent.
Well, my break was winning a modeling competition.
Boy, I remember some of the early Howie Mandel stand-up comedy.
Coupon and fashion
Mhm.
magazines and some pictures. I don't know how it happened, but I won. I remember the Spice Girls, we sang Wannabe in a car park for Simon Cowell. We were like, listen to us, when
I think it's show Mel B and her Spice Girls.
Mhm.
And it was like, oh. But then somebody beat into it, and we signed with a different manager.
Wow. Look at those outfits.
Very early, opening up for my dad on public access television first. Televangelist ministry at like 11. By the time I was 15, I was a regular in comedy clubs.
Remember the first time I saw Nick, he was in the movie Drumline. Did you ever see Drumline?
No.
My first number one was with two people who sang a song on a TV show and they've never sang in their life. I'm proud of what the show stands for. There's a real sense of optimism. Actually, anybody could win. And then if you do win, it can actually change your life.
Tonight, one of these contestants is going to get their magical moment, their big break. And I'm so excited.
Truly outstanding. Okay, this season, some of the acts which have caused the most talk around the country have been our magic and illusion acts. And two have made it to the top 10. In a moment, magician slash NFL star John Dorenbos will be taking the stage. But first, give it up for the mysterious and mystifying clairvoyant. We are here in Hollywood, and here are so many celebrities. I have some of them, like 200, like Usher, Rihanna, Chris Rock, a lot of different people, and Heidi. I will whiffle through the book and just this stuff whenever you like. Here, it is. Who is it? Paula Abdul. What a coincidence. Ladies and gentlemen, here she is, Paula Abdul.
People always ask us, why did you never play
play the lottery. We did. And we won.
Wow, how'd they get Paula Abdul? That's pretty good.
It's not so impressive, but Paula, you have the box with you. Can you place it here? I don't want to touch it. Because tonight we are all winners, and we just need some random lucky numbers. Can you help out? Here. Sure. We need 6 different numbers between 1 and 50. 50. Paula, you will write it down, and I want you to write down the first number. Maybe it's your lucky number. Just put it in there. Write it down. Forget. First card. Perfect. It is number 1. MLB. How many times has Howie refused to shake someone's hand? Today. A number between 1 and 50. 50. Okay. You go for it. Perfect. Howie, how many times did Melvin say off the chain?
That's 47.
47? Next
Okay.
number 1. You're doing amazing. Heidi, make a guess. How many times does Simon look into the mirror?
They pretty much have Paula Abdul playing the Vanna White role here.
Mhm.
What is it? 1 to 50? 50? I take another. Let me take another kid and 49. 49. That's the last, Simon. Howie, Simon, last time Howie asked you for a raise. Between 1 and 50, how much would you pay him?
2?
$2? You are not very generous, Simon. But okay. And Paula, your choice, the Powerball. You are writing down the number of the Powerball. It is number 8.
So we have 50, 47, 49, 2, and 8. Step over here, Paula.
Okay.
Because tonight, I think we are all winners. And Amelie and I, we always play the lottery with our lucky numbers. And I have one lottery ticket in this box. Nothing in my hand. I want you to take this box, tip it over, and take out the lottery ticket what's inside. Take the ticket and read the numbers we played.
Okay. 1.
Number 1.
Yeah. 50.
This one, the next one, just 0, 1.
Yeah, I need your glasses. 47. 49. 49.
50, what we have with you.
And
1.
8.
This one is a 2.
Oh my God, I need eyeglasses. I need a 2.
Can I help you? And the Powerball is number?
The Powerball is number. It's crossed out. We have number 2 isn't well.
The Powerball is number 8. The total.
Okay, so how many people are going to go play these numbers now?
You all winners.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
They should have done that last night.
They should have done that last night. That's a much better act.
Wait 1 second, Paula.
Yeah, that would have been a winning act right there, especially if they'd pulled out Paula Abdul.
Ladies and gentlemen, for you, John.
Well, I don't know if she was the best addition to it, but yeah.
That was good. I tell you what, Paula, why don't you go like this?
Yeah.
Watch. The ticket will disappear. Here's what we're gonna do. It's a deck of cards. You got it? Are they all different?
Yeah.
Okay, we got all different cards. Just touch one. Anyone? Okay, this one up. Keep your finger up. Perfect. Hold on to it. Show it to the crowd. Show it to the camera. This is awesome. Paula, it's a do as I do.
This is awesome. How good is that?
I just want you to rip that card in half. So what you're gonna have is 2 pieces. You have a piece in the left hand and a
He
piece
just
in the
gets
right
so excited about it. And I think that's what really adds to it. He's just so excited and he loves doing the tricks.
Yeah. It's the enthusiasm of a sportsman.
Yeah, it is true.
I tell you what, hold it like this, and if you would rip those 2 pieces in half.
Are you sure you want this?
Yeah, I tell you what. Boy, are you guys lucky I came with my magic brown bag today. Paula, drop the pieces inside. Hopefully we're gonna make these pieces disappear by shaking the bag. Oh, you know what? Hold on. You should hold on to a corner because it makes the trick better at the end. Look, Jackie's face, hold on to that. It's a shake and you go like this. Punch the bag. The pieces completely disappear from inside the bag. Pieces gone. Thank you.
And I tell you what, no, you can't look inside the bag. So, before we start, the clairvoyance handed you an envelope. Yeah, do me a favor. I'm gonna hold the corner right here. If you would open that envelope, you had a free choice any card. I thought it'd be cool to take three pieces and make three pieces disappear and reappear inside that envelope. Boom! Watch this. Watch. Hold on. Take it out. Yeah. But I thought I'd step the game up. Not only open it up, not only are those three pieces back in the envelope, but they're back together. Hold on. And we're missing one corner. Ladies and gentlemen, right here. That corner fits perfect.
Is that a better finals act too?
Yeah. Maybe he was throwing. Who knows?
Yeah.
Sensational stuff right there. Wow, let's hear it for John Dornbach, the clairvoyant, and of course, Paula Abdul. Okay, we've been leading up to this all night. It's the first result.
First result. Hour and 22 minutes into the show.
Competition as we reveal your top five.
Guess they're gonna be rapid fire results.
Whether you're a window shopper, a mastermind, or even
He's revealed the top 5. Boy, I'm getting so excited now. I got some butterflies going on in my stomach.
That's good.
We got anything in the chat room? Any questions, comments?
Not in ours, no.
No. Okay. Anything going on in Reddit that we can? Lunkers is a little worried about Grace. One guy is comparing Nick to the bodyguard from Annie.
I don't get that reference.
Did you ever see the movie Annie from the early 80s?
No.
Okay, well, there was this bodyguard. You know the story of Annie, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's adopted by this billionaire. Well, this billionaire has a bodyguard, and the bodyguard wears this. I mean, he's just this massively big dude, and he wears this turban, and this turban that this bodyguard wears looks exactly like the turban that Nick is wearing tonight.
Oh, okay.
One guy is also comparing him to the one of the boxers from Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Quite the wardrobe.
It is an interesting wardrobe for the night. That he must have just had something going on with his hair that he had to wear a turban.
Last minute turban.
Last minute turban. Yep. Are we still getting Lori Mae Hernandez haters?
Yeah, she's become a meme apparently.
No. Here we go. Getting ready.
They're getting serious now.
Tonight, one act is going to be starting a whole new life. And a heads up, they will be starting their new life by appearing on the Today Show tomorrow morning on MVP. So check that out. 10 acts fought to win last night.
It's about to get real.
In no particular order. Let's find out who made it into the top 5.
I'm just gonna fire him up.
Yeah. That just your tape face?
Mm-hmm.
Sal Valenzinetti. All
Oh,
right.
between them.
Tape face. Last night, Heidi called you a true original and said you made us laugh every week.
I think it's tape face.
Simon loved your winning spirit.
Seems too close to call, but I think it is.
Yeah.
One of you is staying
I
in
don't
the
know.
competition.
At least there's no Duncan saves tonight.
Yeah.
America has voted. The act taking the first spot in the top 5.
I hope it's tape face.
Okay, Nick. Quit making us wait. Wow.
Okay.
So far, that's how I thought it would go. I had Sal at number 5. And tape face at number 8. So
Yeah. Well, yours are more accurate than mine so far. Then I think Sal probably gets second place.
okay, Lincoln Bridge. Wow.
No, come on. The 2 worst acts. I think it's Lincoln Bridge. I guess it could be even.
John Dorenbos. Howie said, "You are more than magic. You are inspirational." Only one of you is going to
Well, I had John Dornbos at 4.
America has voted. The act taking the second spot in the top 5 is
Oh my god.
Holy cow! I am 2 for 2. Look at that.
Breaking my heart.
That's incredible.
I'm gonna guess 5th place.
Man, that's. I better check my fantasy teams. I never have that kind of luck.
The predictions are getting worse and worse.
Yeah, this is how I thought America would vote, though, not how. Well, I did have Sal at number 1 on my own picks, and John Dornbos at 5. So I'm actually 2 for 2 on both my lists.
I don't know who I want out of this group.
This is Grace and Sophie.
Yeah. I mean, why even bother hoping for Sophie, but I'm fine with either of them, I guess.
Taking the third spot in the top 5 is
Both of you.
Isn't it nice to get so much data without commercial breaks though?
Yeah. So Sophie was my number 3 pick, so that goes away. Let's see, and number 4 on that list. So far I've picked 3 of the top 5.
Will be staying in the competition. Let's keep it going. Victor Key and the Clairvoyants.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Please step forward.
Please be the Clairvoyants.
Victor Key.
I think it's clairvoyance.
Please be the Clairvoyants.
You are corruption of talent. The Clairvoyant. Howie said you are the best psychic he's seen in the history of the show. Only one of you is going to make it into the top 5. America has voted. He's staying in the competition and taking the next spot in the top 5 is the Clairvoyant.
Nice.
I hope they win. I don't think they will, but
No,
at this
I don't
point,
think
they're
they
my best hope.
I don't think they deserve to be there, but you're right. They're there, but we both agree they're not going to win.
There is just one spot left in the top 5, and 2 acts are still waiting. Who's keeping the dream alive? This is it. Lauren Bertond
It's Brian.
Yep, it's got to be Brian.
and Brian Justin Crumb. Please step forward.
I hope it is.
Lauren Bertond. Last night, Heidi said you ruled the stage like a queen. Brian Justin Crumb. Mel B said that every time you perform, it's absolutely stunning. One of you is staying in the competition. America has voted. The act taking the last spot in the top 5 is Brian Justin Crumb.
He could win it all. Okay.
Make some noise for Lauren Bertond. She was
So how well do I know America?
in the top 5 is Brian.
It's time for a revote, America. Vote for these 5. Duncan, save them.
The only one I missed was Clairvoyance.
Can I tell you, Nick, it tells me the caliber of how good the top 5 are.
I miss Tape Face
She's
and the
actually
Clairvoyance.
not in the top 5. I mean, it's quite incredible, but for the 5 of you here, I mean, it's just been the most incredible competition. I think probably the best I've ever been on. So whoever wins this, my God, you deserve it. So good luck. Outstanding.
Are you pleased with that lineup except for John Dornbos?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
I don't know. I wish Victor was in there. What?
They're going with the top 3.
Oh my gosh. So you want to re-predict them then?
Okay, so now that we
Or
have our
revise your-
top 5, yeah, let's kind of go through and do what order we think it's going to be.
Okay, I think Grace is still first.
I agree. Yeah.
I think Sal's gonna take second place.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Third will probably be Brian Justin Crumb.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the Clairvoyant.
Yep.
And I think John will be fifth.
Yeah, I could agree with that completely. Yep. So they're going to come back and they're going to tell us that John and the Clairvoyants are eliminated, right?
Probably so.
Okay. But you know, being in the top five, you know, Grace's life has now changed. Sal's life has now changed.
Yeah.
The clairvoyance, their life has and Brian Justin Crum, his life has changed. Clairvoyance, theirs has probably changed. John's not going to change that much. He was still going to do whatever it is he's going to do after he retires from football. So for four of the
Do you think
five,
Grace will,
do what?
Introducing new AT&T plans with no data overage charges.
Were you saying something about Grace?
do you think she'll have a lifetime of fame?
I don't know if she'll have a lifetime of fame. Um, you know, they on Reddit they've mentioned multiple times about acts that have actually gone on and had full blown Vegas acts, and there's only been a handful of them. You know, what, three or four. As far as singers, you really can't name what they've done, but now that Simon is fully involved, you never know, that might change things.
Oh yeah.
Um,
She's getting
yeah, I
side
mean,
missions.
yeah, Simon. I mean, it's been Simon's show forever, but now that he's actually here and he's involved, it might be a different story. Um, it'd be interesting. You know, she's a kid. It'd be interesting what happens over the next, what is she, 12, 13, maybe the next 5 or 6 years. Whatever happens, if she can probably get through that stage and get into her early 20s, then I think she'll be okay.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be
Uh,
tough.
I think the popularity of the ukulele will come back now. We haven't seen that since uh, Tiny Tim.
The ukulele is the real winner of America's Got Talent season 11.
That's right. The season
Uh,
of the they were saying it was the season of the juggler. It's actually the season of the ukulele.
hmm Ahmed Yusuf says, I think top three will be Grace, John, and Clairvoyant. What do you think about that?
I don't agree with John. We mentioned earlier we had John at number 5 on our list. Of course, Grace, and then John and who? Clairvoyance.
Clairvoyant.
Um, I don't think it'll be clairvoyance. You know, we mentioned earlier um, our top three will be Grace, Brian Justin Crum, and Sal.
hmm
Um, I would be surprised if John Dorboss gets in the top three.
Yeah.
It's a
I
good
mean, I would
question,
be
though.
disappointed if he outranked the Clairvoyants, but I would like to see Clairvoyants in the top three.
Yeah, I would like to see the clairvoyance in the top three. I don't think John will get in the top three. That's a good question, though.
Sal is gesturing to the crowd right now.
He's always playing to the crowd. That's just what he does.
Yeah.
He's probably talking about the big calzone he's getting ready to have after this show is over.
Oh my gosh.
Finishing in fifth place and leading the competition is
Grace looks like she's about to cry.
Sal Valentinetti.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, he is trying not to cry right now.
Yeah. That's surprising. Well, that does kind of blow out our top three then.
Yeah.
That moves either clairvoyance or John into the top three.
Yeah.
We have all fallen in love with you. You're such a great guy. You're such an amazing singer. You know that this is not the end of it. We're all going to hear more from you. And I love you so much. I'm your biggest
I think
fan.
he's still going to have an amazing career, though. He's not going to go back to delivering pizzas.
I mean, he's probably like owning his genre right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'll be singing national anthems and he'll be doing lots of other stuff. He'll be just fine.
They don't even talk to the bottom five in the finals.
Will your favorite survive? Don't move, America.
We take another commercial break.
Yeah.
Well, that was a little surprising to see Sal now in fifth. So we do now have either John or the Clairvoyants in the top four. Uh, we had John at number 5 in our listing with Clairvoyance at number 4. So does that now? Do we still stay the same? Do we still think just everyone moves up a spot?
Yeah, probably so.
Okay. So far I haven't been completely disappointed in America.
I was disappointed in America before we got to this episode.
Oh, ouch. Someone sounds like they got a
Um,
little bitterness going on around here.
Mm-hmm. It's deadly.
Get some deadly games going on.
Yeah. Reddit 3164 says if John is top 3, then this is probably the worst finale I've seen.
Well, then they didn't see season 7.
It's so weird that he's up there. I mean, people
It,
thinking he was throwing the competition and everything, and he's still
I know.
so political.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not I'm confused that he's up there. I'm not upset. I like John. I don't think his act was a finals act. Uh, the motivational monologue was very, very good. He's got a lot of practice in that. The card tricks, the card tricks were flawless. They didn't have any problem with the trick. It just wasn't anything spectacular.
That's
Um,
true.
but it was enjoyable to see. He didn't have any problems. He didn't drop anything like Victor Key did. Um, I had high expectations for the Clairvoyants, and their performance just wasn't that good. Um, they didn't have problems. I just didn't enjoy it. Um,
Yeah.
Sal's actually did enjoy his performance of Mac the Knife, even though I don't particularly like the song Mac the Knife.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with it.
It's pretty much on every crooner jazz album that I have. It's like everybody sings that song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if he thought this was the worst finals, then he needs to go back and watch season 7 if it ever comes available, because season 7 was the reason that I stopped watching for a few seasons. Um, I won't spoil it if he hasn't seen it, but that was a pretty bad finals. There were some
Yeah.
really, really good acts in that finals that should have
Yeah, but
won.
at least we were in the finals. That's how
Yeah,
I
that is
feel
true.
about it.
Yeah.
I mean, Latte Dogs were good at what they do, at least. I don't think John is anywhere near the top of magicians.
If we look back at some of the magicians we did, I think he was better than Blake Voigt. At the time, I think he did better than Stephen Brundage. I think he's a better entertainer than Stephen Brundage. Um, but he also has more experience. He's been doing it a lot longer, so his presentation looks a little more flawless. Stephen's still a little young. He's still working on his craft.
Oh, Amina's watching from Egypt. Thanks for tuning in.
Oh, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, we appreciate it.
The act finishing in 4th place and leaving the competition is
He's so reverent.
Yep. So we're thinking
Yeah,
John
most
should
of
be
their
going
hearts
next.
are torn out.
Brian Justin Crumb.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep it going for Brian
Man.
Justin Crumb.
You now have John Dorenbos in the top 3.
Oh my god. That's gonna be mad, huh?
Like I said last night, this experience has meant the world to me, and like Sal said as well, this is just the beginning for amazing things to come. So I can't wait to spend more time with you, America, and the world.
And you know, in the rankings of how I wanted it to go, I had Sal number 1 and Brian Justin Crumb number 2. So if that keeps going, Grace will be the next one eliminated,
No.
and the Clairvoyants will win it all. So
The Year of the Singers, huh?
Go on to do amazing things. And your first concert, I want front row tickets, brother. You're incredible. But I'm in shock. I'm in shock.
You have been a great and outstanding contestant. America, make that noise one more time for Brian Justin Crumb. Thank you. America, we have your top 3. John Dorenbos, Grace Vanderwall, and the Clairvoyants. To make it this far is an incredible achievement.
Oh my god, Ahmed actually got it exactly right who the top 3 was.
Based on your votes from last night, we're about to find out
pretty
which
rad.
act finished in 3rd place. And I can tell you, this is the closest race to win we've ever had on the show.
okay, we still got 12 minutes left in the show.
All of the top 3.
What?
What?
America has
That's
voted.
1%. Separates all of the top 3.
Finishing in 3rd place and leaving the competition.
It's not John, I'm gonna die.
John Dorenbos.
There you go. You can breathe now.
Mm-hmm.
So sorry, but let's keep it going for him. We know he was amazing. As a matter of fact, John,
Well, he can get back on a plane and head to Philly.
on America's Got Talent.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the Eagles are playing next.
This is I mean 2 magicians in the top 3. That's like unprecedented.
Yeah. Oh, he's got till Monday night to get to Chicago to play the Bears, so he's got plenty of time. You feel better about that though, now that he's not in the final 2?
I do. I wouldn't have put Clairvoyance top 2, but
I would not have either. I'm glad because of their whole body of work,
yeah,
but not based on that finals performance.
they're my favorite magicians who've ever been on here, I think.
Amongst the top 3, John, what has been on this show meant to you so much? Fellas, this is unbelievable. And may I tell everybody, the people that work behind the scenes here are the hardest working group of people that made me a great performer and made these people a great performer. It was an honor to work with everybody here. We did it for America. Hope you guys liked it. Be proud of these 2 groups because they are unbelievable. I've had a blast. Thank you very much. So the champion, Howie, what do you want to say to Mr. Dorenbos? Me? Tonight, at this part of this stage of the competition, I feel like we're on a reality version of Sophie's Choice. My heart is being ripped out. You said earlier, Nick, that the story ends here. Your new story has just begun here, and you are an inspiration. You're wonderful. You go get them. You're a winner, buddy. It's been a privilege having you on this show, sir. America, make that noise one more time for John Dorenbos. Wow. Okay, people. Give it up for your top 2.
Whew, I'm getting nervous. The act that I had winning the whole thing against the act that should win the whole thing.
Headline show in Las Vegas. Who will it be? The big result right after the break.
They're fed up with Nick.
I can't believe it all comes down to this now.
Yeah. Pretty intense.
Well, it's been a fun season. For those still listening out there, just want to remind everyone that we're going to be doing a rewatch of seasons 9 and 10 starting at the end of the month, going till about mid April. I haven't seen seasons 8, 9, or 10, so we're going to go back, rewatch them. I'm going to watch it as a first time watcher. Cody Mims is going to watch them again and kind of give us our thoughts after a second time around, even though he knows what's going to happen. Still interested in to hear what his thoughts are. So if you want, please, you can catch us on iTunes, AGTcast. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at AGTcast. We'd really appreciate it. We hope you come back and listen to our rewatch of seasons 9 and 10. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah, we can we can hear your predictions too and know how right they are immediately.
Yeah, I've been trying to avoid spoilers. I say spoilers, it's already aired, but you know, try to avoid things where people have posted about previous seasons. I know they've had previous seasons acts on this season's AGT. I actually don't even remember who they were. I don't remember if they won or if they were just a participant on there. So I've tried to avoid all of that so that it all is fresh and new to me and not influenced by anything that's been on before. So it'll be fun.
Yeah, you can say who you think the finalists are in the audition round.
That's right. And to get it completely wrong and have to redo it again at semifinals or judges cuts. Do they still do judges cuts in that one, or is it the older format?
Um, I think last year was the first judges' cuts year.
Okay. I am interested to see next season if they change or what they change. You know, if there are any format changes and what they might be.
Yeah.
Seems a lot of people don't like the golden buzzer format.
I think it'll probably be the same, especially if Grace wins.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it did end up good. Excuse me. It did up being kind of a nice mix. It wasn't a lot of singers, and we only had one singer here in the top three, and I guess three in the top five, but two of them got eliminated early.
Now's the time.
Welcome back to America's Got Talent, the finale. This is the biggest talent show in the world, and whoever wins will be the best new star in the country. They will walk away with $1 million, and they will go on to headline a spectacular show in Las Vegas. It's a prize every performer on the planet dreams of. But who's won? We are down to our top two acts. Grace Vanderwaal.
4 minutes left in the show. Time to find out who wins.
Yep. She looks like she's about to throw up.
Sometimes insane, life-changing ride. Take a look.
I'm trying to set my expectations very low. I'm really pumped today because I really think that shows who I am. I hope it does. I really hope it does.
I think you are the next little Taylor Swift.
It feels like I'm a famous person or something. I'm not, don't worry.
We're all going to remember when we saw Grace sing live for the first time.
I was always afraid that I wasn't a good singer. This entire experience has just been amazing. It's changed my life forever, I think. Thanks so much.
I love these packages where it shows her just actually being a kid and like playing with the spotlights and
Yeah. Yeah, they've had some great performances.
People in the theater, that was the moment when we realized to show America what we can do.
man, that gave me chills when I first saw that.
Show in Las Vegas because there is no other show like ours. You are aliens from another planet.
Being here now is really just like a dream.
2, 4, 5, 6.
It starts with a dream and at some point it becomes a reality.
Congratulations to the both of you for making it this far. Now let's find out who the nation has chosen as the winner. Good luck to both of you. America has
858 winner.
the winner,
Here we go.
$1 million, and the star of the headline show in Las Vegas.
The world's youngest millionaire.
There it is.
It's a little overkill.
She deserve it. I know we've been talking about her for so long now, but does she deserve it?
I think so.
Did the America get it right?
No. She does
Okay.
deserve it. She worked hard.
How long before they have her start singing cover songs? How long before she starts singing Taylor Swift songs?
Going in the opposite direction.
Yeah. And that's it. And they're going to credits. Not even going to talk to her. It's all over.
Good night, America.
Well, that's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
We're all done. Were you pleased with that?
I suppose. I mean, we saw it coming a mile away. We predicted Grace as the winner, I think, like many rounds ago.
Yeah.
I had her as my
Yeah.
number one in our Olympics break predictions.
Oh wow. Okay, so that was a long time ago. Yeah, this was pretty much her show, her season to lose. Everyone had her picked.
Everyone knows her name.
Everyone knows her name. She is Amazing Grace. Well, do you have any final thoughts on season 11 before we call it a season?
Again, I am really glad that somebody won who did an original song, and I hope that sets a precedent. That shows that it can be done. I think that's great, and that could be the best thing for the show to come out of the season.
Yeah, I thought it was a really good season overall. There wasn't any point when I was truly worried. I'm glad the Clairvoyants got there to number 2. I think they'll be fine. Grace is going to be fine. She did deserve it. She has worked hard. You're right. She writes her own songs. She plays the ukulele, which is new and unique. So, do we get another ukulele player next year? Who knows? But probably no one could play it like Grace does. Um, I am pretty pleased with this season.
Yeah. So the order going over first place Grace Vanderwall, second place Clairvoyance, third place John, fourth place was
Brian Justin Crumb.
Yeah.
and then Sal.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, I'm okay with that. That's much better than the previous season that I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting that Laura did not get very high. She's so similar to Jackie Evanko, you know.
Yeah, I think Jackie still finished in the top 3. I think she may have actually finished second her season. I'd have to go
Yeah.
back and yeah, okay. So you are that yeah, I was gonna go back and fact check that, but you're pretty sure about it. Um, so yeah, I think if you put I mean, obviously Jackie's got more experience than her right now, but if you put the two of them together, I don't think there'd be any competition. I still like Jackie better than Laura Breton.
Okay.
Not that I hate Laura Breton, just if I had to pick between the two, I would pick Jackie.
Yeah, I don't really remember Jackie so.
Yeah, that was pretty early on. I think that was season 4 or 5. That was actually a YouTube audition. It's one year when they did YouTube auditions, and she came
Okay.
along and was able to get really far into the show, and I really enjoyed watching her performances.
Yeah. I don't think I ever voted for Grace.
I voted one time, and I didn't vote for Grace.
Okay.
It was funny. There was one person on Reddit that said that they were I don't remember the exact words, but pretty much they were kicking it to the man, and they didn't vote for Grace. They didn't vote for Brian Justin Crum, and they gave everybody else 10 votes.
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure what that was about. But okay.
Yeah, they pretty much weren't going with the rest of the crowd. They were bucking the system.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight and joined us. This was a lot of fun to watch. Maybe we can do it again next year. We're not going to do this for our rewatch. That'd be a little weird. Uh, but maybe we can do it again next year. We can maybe do it a few more times throughout the season. We'll talk about it. We'll give it a try. But this was a lot of fun to do this tonight.
Yeah. If you're watching this and you never heard our podcast, check it out.
Yeah, please
Next
check
year.
it out. Yeah, next year. I mean, you can still tune in and listen to the rewatches, but we will be back again in, I guess, May when they come back for season
Yeah.
12. And
Yeah.
we'll do this all over again for season 12.
Yeah. So subscribe to that in your app. It's called America's Got Podcasts. Search and you shall find.
Yep.
And
You
thank
can
you.
follow us on Twitter, AGTcast, or follow us on Facebook at AGTcast. You can also send us an email at agtcast@gmail.com. We would really appreciate it. So for Cody Patterson and Cody Mims, we're going to sign off.
Goodbye.
Have a good night.